Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. Don't forget to like this video or subscribe if you actually like the insights that I'm giving you. Today I'm going to talk about a realistic budget when moving into London. The first thing that I want to say is that the absolute minimum budget that you would need is £1,500. If you're thinking that you can survive and you can move to London living under £1,500, it's not very realistic. Maybe it's doable, but you're not gonna have a lot of fun and you're gonna struggle a lot. So although £1,500 is the absolute minimum, that's not the actual budget that I would recommend for you to have. The actual budget that I would feel comfortable going there with is £1,700. A big chunk of this money is gonna go towards housing. And that's why I actually did my last video on finding a home. I would recommend for you to go and watch it right after this video so you have a little bit more insights about how much are you gonna put towards housing. But in a quick summary, what I talk about in that video is that the first place I found was £550. So yes, you can find something for that amount of money, but honestly, it was a nightmare. Fake landlord, police involved. I even lived with a cam girl. So it's doable, but I do not recommend this budget for housing. It's way too low and it's almost dangerous. So be careful with that. The mid-range is £650 for housing, for renting a place, but you have to take into account that that does not include any common areas. What does that mean? That you basically have a kitchen plus your bedroom. That's it. But the sweet spot of where I think that your budget for housing should be would be around the £800 and £900. This is sometimes excluding or including utilities. The 800 usually it's excluding, the £930 it's usually including utilities. I think that's a good realistic budget for a decent and good and comfortable place. Okay, so the actual breakdown for the budget would be housing at around £800, £930 with utilities, and add to that transportation. So for transportation, living in zone 2, I usually spent from £130 to £150. Now, for transportation, you do have the option to buy a monthly pass or tap it in and out every time that you go in the tube, and that automatically puts weekly caps on your spending. So if you're living in zone 2 and you're going to work every day, it would be around £150. I actually used the monthly at the beginning, and then I realized that I would not go to the office every day or I would not go out every weekend. So for me, it was cheaper to tap in and out. So I would recommend for you to plan out and see how many times you're gonna use public transportation and see the cappings to see if it's better for you to buy monthly or if you should just tap in and out. So for groceries I did spend around £150, and I do have to disclose that I did not buy any meat. So I basically cooked vegetarian, although I'm not a vegetarian, but and I'm not a big cook either, so I would cook only once or twice a week. So I did eat out a lot, and for eating out, I did have a budget of around £200. This includes eating lunch at work 3 to 4 times a week. Within the city, you can find lunch from £5 to £8 to 20, whatever, but I try to spend £5 to £8 on my lunch, not go over that, because then if I go over that, then my budget would have to go up as well. So eating out goes hand in hand with entertainment. So that's almost like a combined budget that I had. For entertainment specifically, I did have 200 pounds as well. So between eating out and entertainment, I had 400 pounds. And this include like going out to the theater, to have drinks out. FYI, a pint of beer there is around 5 to 6 pounds, and a cocktail will be like 10 to 12 pounds each. So between eating out and going out, it will be 400 pounds a month, which is kind of a lot, but that's the type of lifestyle that I was living and that I loved, so don't judge me on that. I'm not a big shopper, so I did put shopping as part of my budget, but again, I like more going out and eat out and having some drinks rather than shopping. So for shopping, I only had 60 pounds. For those that want to be like me and try to spend more on lifestyle and entertainment and rather not spend that much money in shopping, I did use this app called Vinted, and I could shop really great stuff for very cheap. It's used stuff, but a lot of the stuff are like almost as new, or a lot of the stuff is actually new. So, but it's cheaper because they couldn't like return the stuff. So it is actually I love that app, and I honestly bought so many things from there, and that allowed me to stay under my budget. I did have a 10-pound medicine, like if I needed something every so often, maybe every 2 months you get sick, or every 3 months, and then you have like a 30-pound there waiting to be used. So I did include it in my monthly budget. So for medicine, 10 pounds. Another item that you must add is your phone bill. Actually in London it's super cheap compared to Canada. Ugh, now I'm suffering because here it's so expensive, but in the UK your cell phone bill is super cheap. So you can get prepaid plans that actually have quite a bit of data. Mine had 10 gigabytes of data, and then whatever I didn't use, it would add up to the next month, and I only paid like around 15 pounds a month, so it was great. But I did put 20 pounds as your budget just in case you go over. So 20 pounds, as I mentioned before, rent is the big chunk, so this is what is gonna make it or break it for you. If you add all together, it is a total of 1,710 pounds a month. That's everything that I budgeted for. Obviously we're all different, and it depends of your lifestyle, and maybe you're gonna cook more, or maybe you're gonna go out more than me, but yeah, this is basically what I spent in a monthly basis. And it is important to budget and see around how much you're gonna spend a month, because that way you can look for a job that pays you enough to survive there. I didn't say this, but actually me living in Europe, the one thing I loved the most was traveling. So I did focus a lot in my budgeting skills and budgeting a lot every month so I could save in order to travel. So I was able to save like around 100 to 200 pounds a month for traveling, and that goes a long way in Europe, given that you can find cheap flights and really good deals to travel within Europe. So yeah, that might be something that you want to add into your actual budgets. Well, that's it today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that this was very helpful for you guys, and if you enjoyed and if you think that this was helpful information, then I would really appreciate a thumbs up, or if you subscribe to my channel, that will help me a lot as well. And I hope that you guys have a fantastic time in London. See you guys.